do this one. Mark Rowley, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner, labelling everyone who was there on Saturday at the Patriots March as not just far right, oh no, they've gone even further to the right. They're extreme right.
Which is the ongoing operations dealing with the sort of Israel-Palestine related protests, as well as Just Stop Oil, Youth Demand. This weekend we also had a sort of extreme right protest.
Extreme right protest. Extreme right protest.
Normal men and women, white, black, Sikhs, even a couple of Muslims there who are proud to be British and don't like the radical side of their religion. All sorts of people there. My friends went, they told me they'd met some lovely people of all ages, all colours, all creeds, all religions. And it was just lovely for people who love Britain to get together and say how they feel. They feel like second-class citizens in their own country. They feel like every other minority group gets treated with kid gloves by the police, and when they come to make their voices known, didn't happen Saturday, but the police were all ready to go in. They were kitted up, not like they are at pro-Palestine marches. All they needed was their helmet and their shield, and away you go. And then that buffoon, that idiot, that Sadiq Khan biatch, Rowley, comes out and says it was a march by the extreme right.
This weekend we also had a sort of extreme right protest.
Extreme right protest. Extreme right protest.
What makes you extreme right? I mean, that's more extreme than the Nazis. And yet I don't think anyone got gassed or killed on Saturday, did they? Far right. How can you be far right for thinking that the police run a two-tier policing operation? How can you be far right? Some of the things that seem far right. How can you be far right because you don't think that man's impact on the climate is worthwhile everyone being poor and skint and struggling, losing everything for? How can that make you far right? Doesn't that make you sensible? How can you be far right because you believe there's two biological genders and you accept that there's dysphoria and those people should never receive hatred or abuse or whatever? And if a bloke wants to wear a dress, put a bit of makeup on, great, but he can't go into female changing rooms, or a male rapist can't go into a female prison. But if you think that, now you're far right. If you think you don't want your kids to be indoctrinated at school with sex, with religion, whatever, if you think that, you're far right. If you think that a school where a religious education teacher shows children cartoons of Muhammad or Allah or whoever, Basil Brush, if he shows them pictures, if he should then have to go into hiding because of radical Islamists who the police are scared of, making the teacher's life hell and protesting outside his school, if you think they should be nicked or made to protest 120 yards down the road, or nicked for potential breach of the peace, or any of the offences that the police seem perfectly able to move people on for if they're of a different viewpoint and a different religion, you're far right. I just don't get it. I thought that was disgusting. I think he's useless. I think between him and I don't know if they're lovers or what, I don't know. But between him and Sadiq Khan, they've made London a cesspit for crime, knife crime through the roof, guns flying around like you wouldn't believe. And they've stood by and done nothing. All they've cared about is ideologies, making things fair for everyone, apart from recognised gays, homosexuals, heterosexuals, people black, white, apart from anyone who seems to fit into the criteria that they're not a minority. I just don't get it. I don't know what they're trying to achieve, but that statement by Rowley was disgusting. I couldn't go on Saturday because of health issues, but I would have been there, and I hope if my health improves, I'm there for the 27th of July. And I'm not a big fan of Tommy Robinson. People who watch this channel know that. I think he's doing a good job, A, exposing grooming gangs, because the police wouldn't have done it, and B, if you expose a grooming gang, child rapists, you're far right. But I think he's done a good job getting people together as well. Not everyone on that march supports Tommy Robinson. Not everyone on that march supports everything all those speakers say. They'll agree with some things, they'll have their own opinions, won't they? But what it is a coming together of minds. Patriotic minds. I'm not the biggest patriot, I just think it's a womb lottery where you come out. But I came out in the UK, well, in England, and I'm proud that my granddad went to war to keep our freedom of speech, to keep our way of life, to make sure that we don't go down the route where women get stoned for being raped and that kind of thing. I'm proud of that. And so, yeah, being British and being proud to be British. And yes, there's been a lot of wrong things done in history. Show me a country back 200 years, 400 years that didn't have a bad history. Show them to me. I'd love to see them. But you learn from it, don't you? And you go forward. And I'd love to see a world where a Britain, where black, white, brown, I know the people with blue and purple hair will probably never come together with those. But I'd love to see a united Britain. Everyone accepting everyone. Everyone accepting everyone else's views. May not agree, but they get on side by side, living under British laws. British way of life. Oh, the countryside's racist. Oh, I don't know how much more my head can take. I really, really don't. Oh dear. Rowley has to go. I'm leaving a link in the description to a petition. Please sign it. He has to go. You can't have cultural Marxists, or I don't know what Khan's got on him, or what he's got on Khan, or what they both got on each other. Perhaps they've had a liaison, got photographs of each other, I don't know. But the bloke has got to go because he's not doing his job. Unfortunately, that Khan's been voted back in, but if you can't get rid of him through the ballot box, you have to get rid of his yes men who are making life hell for not only Londoners but people everywhere. Okay, please subscribe to the channel, please throw the video a like and please sign that petition. Thank you.